Folks, welcome back to another blockbuster edition of the NFQL. I'm Maniac from Trainwreck Sports, joined by the CEO of the Sox You Already Schno, Dan Gambino. Dan, how are we doing tonight?
Doing good. Just loving the life. The Florida sun's out, the wind's blowing, and Bills football's on. Well, I'm stuck
Bills,
inside.
Bills football is on. We might be stuck inside, but the Bills are outside. They are looking to make it happen, looking to continue their winning ways that they were able to get taken care of last week in the Lone Star State, Dan.
Yeah, great game. It was kind of an easy breezy. We had our boy Chris on, making his funny mafia-style videos. It was a great time with him in the booth, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else he's going to bring out there. We shot some ideas at him, Maniac. Maybe he'll pick one up.
Oh, man, you never know what's going to happen out there in California. Shout out to Gratwick Gaming, chugging us along here. It is a big matchup, though, and you got to hold your booty when the Buccaneers are in town. The Buccaneers coming into New Era Field. They're looking to take the Bills' treasure, looking to take this Bills 2021 treasure away from them, Dan.
No one is touching our booty. I'll tell you that much. Nobody. Not the little pirates. Not the no Gasparilla parade up in Buffalo, New York, down Chippewa, like down here in Tampa. But the media was surrounding this game. This is a must-win for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers behind Mitch Trubisky.
No doubt, Mitchie Biscuits taking over the QB1 for the Tampa Bay Bucks. Tom Brady, one and done in Tampa. So Tampa Bay was just a one and done year. But the Bills are getting underway here in Tampa. You'll see some of the top players for the Buccaneers, some of the top players for the Bills. But McDermott and co. are ready to get this underway. Folks, do not forget, comment who you think is going to score the first Bills touchdown. Why, you ask, for those of you first time tuning into the stream? If you're correct, you could end up winning a chance at a $25 gift card to your favorite local restaurant, courtesy of Gratwick Gaming. If you pick Patrick DeMarco, you might have better odds than if you pick, say, Stephon Diggs or Devin Singletary. But make sure you're commenting in the chat who you think is going to score this first Bills touchdown as we get underway here at New Era Field. Shout out to everyone tuning in, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch. We are underway. The Bills looking to stay to their winning ways they picked up on last week in Houston. If you missed that matchup, you might want to go watch the highlights. 5 picks from Micah Hyde. It was a Micah number 5, not a Mambo number 5 in Houston. Crazy thing to see, Dan, with those 5 picks.
2 + 3 = 5, Zach, and he went out there and he made a statement. Technically, he's in a contract year in this 2021 Madden Sim. For those of you just joining us, we are in the 2021 season, so he's getting up there in age, football-wise, and he's making a statement, and he made it last week with 5 picks.
Oh, he's talking loud. He's talking proud. It's 2nd and 9 for the Buccaneers here. Oops, sorry, my phone just fell off. Mitchie Biscuits with a pirouette, and he fires it in. That's going to be complete, Dan. Looks like he's proven us wrong about the pirouette. Mitch Trubisky, if you heard us, quarterbacking for the Tampa Bay Bucks, has this team out by midfield.
If you remember his time in Chicago, he was very shaky, very roller coastery, very interception-y. A lot of defenders out there, guys. That first touchdown isn't only for an offensive player. It could also be for a defensive player. So comment right now if you think defense come up big.
Yeah, and don't sleep on this squad. As you're seeing in this chat, 4-0 Tampa Bay Bucks. Ooh, my gosh, almost a big play made. Is that Micah looking for another pick?
Yeah, he jumped the route, got underneath him. And we get a look there at the boys up front. Epinesa, I can't wait to see him. I can't wait to see what that rookie brings. And I guess we're going to have a guest here on Saturday that knows a lot about Epinesa, Zach.
Yep, we got guests coming up Friday and Saturday. Start with Saturday. Scott Cartwright, Iowa-born Iowa fan who watched Epinesa for every single snap of football. And speaking of snaps, Levi Wallace snaps on that Buccaneers offensive line, comes in and takes down Mitch Trubisky for a huge loss. But getting back to Scott Cartwright, Epinesa, he saw every snap of him. He's also kicking the tires on joining Bills Mafia. So welcome us Saturday night when we have Scott Cartwright chiming in, giving us a little AJ Epinesa background and potentially welcoming him to the Mafia, Dan.
Oh, yeah, I love the fact that there's people out there that are just straight college fans, and wherever that player goes, they follow him, they hop on board. I don't know if there's a better fan base than the Bills Mafia to hop into. All of a sudden, you'll be going to games, you'll be jumping through tables, you'll be walking up to Pinto to get a picture. It's a great atmosphere on an away game, too, so welcome aboard if he ends up hopping on the wagon.
Playoffs 2 of the last 3 years. The units, the defense trending in the right direction. The offense definitely trending in the right direction. Already pretty good, and you added some weapons. So it is a good time to jump on that Bills bandwagon, folks. No one circles the wagon, and no one jumps on the Bills bandwagon. Everyone's welcome. So they are going to punt it out of bounds. Oh, no, that's a shank. That's out of the 28. Make sure you are commenting who you think is going to score the first Bills touchdown. If you're correct, you could win a $25 gift card to your favorite local restaurant, courtesy of Trainwreck Sports and Gratwick Gaming. Make sure you're commenting who you think is going to get that first Bills touchdown. The early one against this Bucs team could prove key. A hot start could prove key.
Yeah, and like we've always said, you got to find that momentum and take it and use the middle of the field. And it looks like they do that on first down. As looking for Dawson Knox. But, the middle of the field was the key last year. It looked like they went away from it in a couple games to start the season. Maybe we'll see more of that single back shotgun inside handoffs that they were running that we all love.
No doubt. Speaking of things I love, how about a little, game day itches? Some of us want to be out at a tailgate. Oh my gosh! And speaking of itches, Josh Allen just gets crushed in the backfield. It'll be 3rd and 19. But I know I'm always looking for action. Do you miss fantasy football out there? How about a Super Bowl squares? Imagine new squares and a fantasy season every 3 weeks. It is coming to the NFQL in season 3, folks. And don't forget, our first Gratwick game night will be next Saturday, May 23rd at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will be an escape room. If you want to join, party dive into the Gratwick Discord server at discord.me/Gratwick and tell them that Maniac sent you. Josh Allen trying to send a first down for this Buffalo team. Did he get it for 19 yards? He did. That's a big conversion, Dan.
Oh, it's a huge conversion. It's a big conversion because there's another first. It's the first triple D of the night, Zach.
The first triple D, a double dipper drive. We have not only the first Bills touchdown up for grabs, t-shirt drive as well. A Bills Mafia AR t-shirt brought to you by Gratwick Gaming and 26 shirts, the ultimate item for any member of the Bills Mafia. 1st and 10, 38-yard line with just over 10:30 to go here in the first quarter, and they'll get a nice gain on the ground.
Yeah, these last 2 plays are exactly what we're looking for. Utilize the middle of the field, keep the linebackers honest, and it opens up the outside.
Shout out to everybody tuning in on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. Make sure you're following Gratwick Gaming at codes_socks on Twitter and Instagram, as well as codes socks, one word, on Facebook. Tons of great giveaways, tons of great items, tons of great content. That's all I can really say about that, folks. We are chugging along 3rd and 5 for this Bills offense. After the big pickup, now they'll have to get closer to midfield to pick up this one.
Want to keep that triple D going, and they do for the first down. Inside handoff. There it is, Zach. I mean, it sounds redundant for the people that have been with us the whole time, but it's what works.
Hey, we're watching more film than anyone, Dan. So if we can't get a prognosis on what this team needs to do to be successful, then I don't think anybody else can.
I mean, we're studying. We're doing our homework. We're making sure that we know who these new players are, more importantly. As the world turns, we have to learn who these players are.
And listen, this Bills Madden sim, it's like a beautiful dish as the Bills go to I formation on first down.
Oh, you said I formation, and I just heard Drew screaming in my ear, and he's not even here.
Yes, no, he's not even here. Speaking of someone screaming in your ear, we also have another host for Friday night for the upcoming sim because we're trying to spice it up. Like I said, we have Ernie Green, Bills fan and former Western New York sports writer. And in the nearby future, I think there's been a disturbance in the force with one of our potential guests, Dan.
Oh, there has, huh? There's been a disturbance in the defense too, as you see Allen chugging along for the first time. First down, getting inside the Code Sox red zone.
We are inside the Codes zone. 0-0 game still, and it's not too late, folks. Comment who you think is going to score the Bills touchdown, the first Bills touchdown of the game. If you're correct, you could win a $25 gift card to your favorite local restaurant, courtesy of Gratwick Gaming and Trainwreck Sports.
Ernie is also a stand-up comedian, so we are getting like a 3-for-1 with him.
The old 3-for deal.
Doesn't
Over the middle,
3-for.
surprise, it's Dawson Knox, surprise. He's got it inside the 5.
A formation. We're just going to call this the Drew formation from now on.
Yeah, the 5th gear. The 5th gear.
Gear, I like it.
Down to the goal line. Touchdown, Buffalo. Dawson Knox gives the Bills the lead and the early advantage.
The music.
Stand up now, come on and shout. Yeah, 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 yeah. Shout it right now, baby. Come on, come on. Come on and shout. Yeah. Buffalo's happening now. We're on the move now. The Bills are happening now. They're making it happen now. We got the spirit, a lot of spirit, yeah. We got the spirit. Just watch it happen now. Hey, 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 hey. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. The Bills make me wanna shout.
Dawson Knox gets the Bills into the end zone, courtesy of Josh Allen pass, and he just won somebody a free $25 gift card to their favorite local restaurant, courtesy of Gratwick Gaming and Trainwreck Sports. Folks, we had multiple Fort Knox entries, so you know the deal. It was a triple D, so what we need are you to comment numbers 1 through 3, 1, 2, or 3. The first number that gets 3 comments will be the winner. Off to the races. Comment 1, 2, or 3. Let's see who wins this gift card.
This is the best part of the night, Zach. Get to see.
That's for sure.
It's a big boot. Get in the end zone. All right, touchback. Guys, you know what's coming up? Zach, you know what's coming up? 4 minutes. This could be the drive. This could be the Code Sox autograph giveaway.
Could be a giveaway. I think we may have just cut out there for a second on the platforms, but it looks like we're back. It looks like nothing to worry about. Looks like much ado about nothing. Yeah, I didn't hear it the first time. It's all good. It's all good. The winner, let's get, yeah, it looks like we may have cut out there for a second, folks. For some reason we just hit a little speed bump in the stream. Looks like a lot of people are pouring back in now.
Let's wait on the winner. Let's see if everybody comes back. They come. Who's not going to be coming back? Tampa Bay. They keep giving up plays like this. Thanks. I'm so excited to see this connection happen, Zach. Can't wait to see this on the field. I want to feel the hype. I want to see the video clips, all of the preseason games. I can't wait to see 14 in our uniform.
Yeah, it's going to be something to see when you see him the first time running out there. Bills running across midfield right now.
It's like their second down go-to. That's like a staple.
Yeah,
Single back shotgun.
It's something they got the faith in. Josh Allen looking to run for this first down, and he will. Juking and jiving. He's down to the 36. Is that a face mask?
That's a face mask. Put on down. Question, is this another T-shirt drive?
I mean,
All right. Yeah, we have confirmation from the booth now. Back the T-shirt drive, the winner.
Yep, fire it out. Let him know.
Booth.
Hello?
Oh,
Touchdown,
winner.
Buffalo. We got another one. We'll announce the first touchdown winner after the shout song.
The Bills make me wanna kick your
This is the first winner, bud.
throw your hands up and
Forgotten all the chaos.
come on
Yep.
now. The Bills are making it happen now.
Steven Noble.
Stand up now, come
Yep,
on
I
and
got it.
shout. Yeah, 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 yeah. Shout it right now, baby. Come on, come on. Come on and shout. Yeah. Buffalo's happening now. We're on the move now. The Bills are happening now. They're making it happen now. We got the spirit, a lot of spirit, yeah. We got the spirit. Just watch it happen now. Hey, 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 hey. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. The Bills make me wanna shout.
And with that, 2 drives, 2 touchdowns for the Bills. Zach Moss takes his first touch of the game to the house, 16 yards. Bills up 14-0. And we got some winners for you, folks. The Bills' first touchdown gift card. Without any further ado, Stephen Noble, congratulations. You've won a $25 gift card to your favorite local restaurant, courtesy of Gratwick Gaming and Trainwreck Sports. Direct message Trainwreck Sports for that information. Congratulations, Stephen, on that. T-shirt winner is Timmy Turner, Tim James Turner, TJT. That's an explosive winner. That's an explosive shirt. Bills Mafia AR shirt going to Tim James Turner. Make sure to direct message Gratwick Gaming, Gratwick Productions for that one. And
Big
speaking of a
play.
direct message, he's out to the right. They're just cut this lead in half.
Is that Godwin? Is that Godwin flipping out, taking it to the house?
Yep.
Yeah. Brady leaves. He's like, "Give me my number back." Yeah, he slipped that. And why do they always give up the big play? That seems to be the thing this year. Big play is the only thing that really kills them. These Sims.
Yeah, the missed tackle, and then they're off to the races. Just inexcusable. Cannot have those plays against you.
Well, with bad news come good news. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a pair of autographed Steve Tasker socks we're going to be giving away for the code sock drive, which will be coming up shortly. We could start it now before the second quarter. The truck to put that up there. 43 seconds left in the first. Bills are still leading, 14-6, about to be 7. Go ahead and go follow code socks for your chance to win an autographed pair of Steve Tasker socks.
Let's go. Socks are up for grabs. It's the CEO of the Socks You Schno, Dan Gambino, Maniac, here in the booth. Bills leading 14-7. A pretty explosive first 14 minutes, and it doesn't look like these two teams are getting ready to slow down.
Well, let's hope the Bills are going to keep their foot on the pedal like we always talk about. Out and take care of business on this drive and get that 14-point lead back. Big play, man. The big play. We haven't seen a lot of the big plays out of the Bills. We haven't seen a lot of long touchdowns, Zach. That would be nice to punch them right back in the face here and take a shot downfield.
No doubt about it. You got to answer right back. No time to get conservative here. No time to try and get away from what's worked. Just got to stick to your strengths.
Running the ball. Running the ball looks like the strength. Opens up the pass. Here we are, second down. Empty backfield.
Empty backfield. Oh, man, that was basically double coverage, and lucky it wasn't picked. Shotgun for Allen on third down. He's looking deep into double coverage. It's hauled in, and that is why you pay that man right there.
Big play. There's what we asked for, Zach. The big play. Go up
Yep.
and get it in between two people. I can't believe he threw that ball there.
Yeah, they've had two big plays, the 3rd and 18 conversion on the first drive, and then that one right there as well. Push down the field, and now inside the 40-yard line, just outside of the code zone, Josh Allen looking to make it happen.
And don't forget, comment and foul code socks. Comment who's going to score this touchdown, and who could win an autographed pair of Steve Tasker socks.
No doubt about it. You got to be in it to win it.
By Brown. And it would be great to see these two alternating. Oh, first down Diggs. Pass to Brown.
Yep, and
Hand off
soften
to
up that middle of the
Singletary.
field for Beasley and Knox. No doubt about it.
Linebackers honest. That's what the theme of this year is going to be.
And folks, obviously, we're having tons of guests and everything. It's a party on this stream. Everyone's welcome. If you have anything you want to promote or you think you might be good in the booth with myself and Dan, shoot us a message. Come on and see what you got. We'll see what's rocking on the game day. But don't forget, our first Gratwick game night will be next Saturday, May 23rd at 6 p.m. Eastern. It will be an escape room. If you want to join, party dive into the Gratwick Discord server at discord.me/Gratwick and tell them that Maniac sent you. And it looks like Brian Dable might be sending this team into the code zone very shortly.
Let's see if they stick to true form here. There should be a pass over the middle after the run on first down.
Oh, Allen's running with it right. He's got room. 20, 15, 10, 5. Oh my gosh, he got obliterated. Slide, Josh, slide.
Josh
He
Allen
gained 20 yards, but what a play by JA-17. He gets up and he's pumping up the crowd to let them know he's okay.
I can already hear the Monday night crew. Josh Allen, you got jacked up. Holy cow, he takes a big lick.
It looked like legitimately all three people hit him at once. All three players. That was just insane. Here we go. Goal line formation. Bill's looking to get tough here at the 3-yard line. Allen rolling left. He's hit. Sheds the tackler, but he's ultimately brought down at the 10-yard line. Not what you want on 1st and goal at the 3 to lose 7 yards.
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, it's funny how every time we get close to the goal line, first down or second down's just a horrible play where we get sacked or lost yardage. Answer Robert Williams' question. Robert, I am going to the post office tomorrow. I have a huge drop-off to do. Sorry about that. We've been parenting from home, teaching from home. Everything's on delay. People that ordered socks, everything's going out tomorrow. We will get everything out to you. So whoever wins today, be a fast turnaround time.
Hell yeah. Let's go. We are underway.
There it is.
And the touchdown, Buffalo.
Singletary.
The Bills make me wanna shout. Kick your heels up and shout. Throw your hands up and shout. Throw your head back and shout. Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout. Yeah, 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 yeah. Say you will. Shout it right now, baby. Say you will. Come on, come on. Say you will. Come on and shout. Say you will. Yeah. Shout. Buffalo's happening now. We're on the move now. The Bills are happening now. They're making it happen now. We got the spirit, a lot of spirit, yeah. We got the spirit. Just watch it happen now. Hey, 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 hey. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. The Bills make me wanna shout.
Hey, Zach, we have a winner. Only one
We
that
do.
guessed Singletary, Jason Toel.
Let's go. Toel getting it done. Congratulations, Jason T. Winning some Steve T socks.
A nice and clean white socks, blue marker on the Codes logo. Enjoy, sir. Enjoy.
Oh no, missed tackles almost sprung him to the house and said they're out to the 44-yard line.
Zach, we're finally getting what we wanted. Almost like a Tech Mobile-esque start to this game. 3 possessions, touchdowns. methodically. Actually, excuse me, 4 possessions, 3 touchdowns. I'll take this any day of the week.
No doubt about it. Very entertaining matchup so far.
Over the middle, just a short gain of 4. I'm interested to see what happens with him this year, Zach. With Trubisky, with everything going on around him, and with them bringing in Foles behind him, it'll be interesting to see how that pans out.
A lot of people are pointing to Mitch Trubisky when they say not to get ahead of ourselves as far as Allen's concerned.
Really?
He had a very good year 2 years ago, and then he had last year's year. Kind of like regressed.
We've seen 2 years of progression. A good year and a bad year, and now what's going to come out year 3, 4? Is this 4 for him?
No, this is gonna be year 3. Yep.
Year 3. So, is it?
Oh, that's got to be picked by Teron Johnson. Yep, year 3. First year he was hurt a little bit, 2018. Then he entered year 2 as the full-time starter, 2019. Okay. Yep, and now we're in 2020, folks.
A little regression, but that had to do with the play calling that they used in the beginning of that year, stuff that people didn't see. They took a lot of chances off the bat. Year they were good. Last year they came down to reality, and I think Allen has taken those building block stepping stones, progression of a quarterback. Now seeing more and seeing more and seeing more. I really think he's going to have here.
3rd and 11 coming up for Mitchie Biscuits in this Tampa Bay offense. Under 9 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Hurling it out right. It looks like there's space. Can he turn it upfield? No. Madden momentum takes him out of bounds.
You got to love the Madden momentum when it works for you. 14. Almost the coffin corner. I want to see more punts in the 10. That's what I want to see this year. I want to see Bojorquez angling everything out of bounds, pinning people deep, letting our defense and our home crowd into it at their own end zone. Something we saw a lot of last year.
And the Bills will take over deep in their own zone. Allen slinging it left. That's no, picked.
He threw it behind him.
Terrible throw. Nickel Roby Coleman, the former Bill.
Yeah, speaking of homecoming.
Josh Allen pay.
Yeah, there's the homecoming right there. Coming back home. One-handed. See that ball, he says.
Speaking of home, just a brief quick shout out. He's probably not doing this for the shout out, but I got to do it. Stephen Noble, the gift card winner, actually says he wants to donate it to someone locally who needs the food. So huge shout out to Stephen Noble. It's ridiculous. It's very generous that he's doing that with his winnings. We are going to make sure that takes care of happen. Great generosity to see that in the community. And that's why we do it, so that, people can have a little bit less tougher of a time right now. Because it's other. Huge shout out to Stephen. He's a winner in our book through and through.
Yeah, that's Buffalo right there, man. It's Buffalo. Period, Zach.
Most definitely. Speaking of that's Buffalo, 2nd and 2 wrapped up. He's dancing on Trubisky. That's going to bring up 3rd and 8. Huge play on 2nd and short, TG.
Who's that, Barnett? The new kid?
Is that Zalando McLean? Williams. I don't know. Some of these 2021 prospects, they get the best of me. 3rd and 8 coming up, though. I'll tell you what, the Bills chefs are going nuts. Elvis is banging on his guitar, and the train horn is bonking. Oh, no. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Good lead up, though, man. That was good lead up. You had me ready to start screaming. I was ready to roll.
My goodness. It looked like it was just kind of like an out route / a corner route, and it just found a nice soft spot in that defense.
He just sat right in that zone window, waited for the ball to come.
One group that's happy, though, over betters.
But yeah, run, just keep scoring. Score.
Just keep scoring, just keep scoring, just keep scoring.
Good, man. You should be on with Disney. I think we can get you in there. I know a guy who knows a guy.
That's huge. I'll be a cast member. My dad's favorite part whenever he goes to Disney is like just going in every door that says cast members only.
Trying to get behind the scenes.
All that ever ends up happening is you just see like a cast member like texting or smoking a cigarette.
Man, it's funny though. If you ever go to Disney or any of the large parks, just sit back and watch. Just watch the whole thing go down. Like, you don't see trash. You don't see people changing any trash cans. Everything's like loaded onto another cart and a new trash can goes in its place. Like it's amazing. Amazing how clean those parks are for how many people they have walking through there.
Oh yeah, the cleaning crews there are insane. Yeah, but people watching in Disney casinos, it's next level. Disney, it's stressful though. Some of those kids just bawling because they've been there for like a 14-hour shift.
Walking everywhere, and the parents are like, "We're doing this park in one day."
Yep, you gotta literally just take whatever you get from the park. You can't force yourself to have fun. If you force yourself to have fun, you're gonna end up like screaming at like the turkey leg people.
Turkey legs are good though.
I thought I didn't like how chewy mine was. Maybe I got a bad one, but second and 3 coming up for the Bills. Just over 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
That was a big first down.
Big first down indeed. Folks, Jason Swell scored earlier with Code Sox, and so can you. Follow at codes_socks on Twitter and Instagram, as well as at Code Sox, one word, on Facebook. Keep it rolling, see what deals they got. Find a way. Hashtag find a way. 2nd and 8. Bills at the 41-yard line. They're basically going to need the 50 for this first down.
I want to know what everybody in the stream thinks about the Allen third year coming up, and I don't want to hear, "Oh yeah, he's going to be great, he's going to be good." Tell me what you're expecting out of Allen year 3. Something different than year 1 and 2. Robert Williams, are the socks always autographed? I mean, we could give out non-autographed if you want a pair and you win and you don't want the autograph and want me to keep it and give it to someone else. By all means, let me know. Direct message me when you win, and I'll just send you a regular pair. We're actually going to do a special pair in the fourth quarter to start the fourth quarter off. We're going to be giving away a pair of Poncho Power socks if the Bills score on their first possession in the fourth quarter to commemorate our friend losing his battle with cancer a year ago today, actually.
Shout out Poncho. Shout out Ponchito. Steal the ultimate scene stealer himself. 2nd and 4, 44-yard line, just over 3 minutes to go. Ooh, almost pirouettes, but instead it's still a loss of yards on 2nd down.
Are saying they're worried the hype is too much about Allen this year. What's your take on that, Zach?
Wow. I mean, I think there is a lot of Allen hype. The thing is, it is a very interesting stat. He threw like something like 600 passes in his career at Wyoming, which is just like absurd. That's how many passes Joe Burrow threw last season. So it's just very interesting because it's like he continues to develop as a quarterback because he's really learning to do these things for the first time. Burrow is kind of learned, and yeah, like sometimes weird pockets of things happen. Like Patrick Mahomes said, he was just learning how to read defenses, like starting this offseason, which is ridiculous. But yeah, I think he'll continue to get better. My only worry is that his confidence and his confident nature in himself could lead to him playing a little recklessly. But I think that the second half of the year last year, he really showed he can be responsible with the football.
Tell you what, if he throws like he did in that last throw right there, he looked calm, cool, and collective in a clean pocket. And I think that's going to be the thing. He's going to go as that offensive line goes.
Yeah.
End of story.
And for the record, I think he played well at Houston. I don't think he played bad. I think the game plan was kind of iffy in the second half, especially when they had the lead. But I think Allen himself played well. I think I think in my book, Allen made plays that he needed to make to win the game. Like there was a 3rd down conversion in overtime. Oh, dragged down from behind. There was a 3rd down conversion in overtime. There was the sweep run to the right that if they stick one block, they would have been easily in field goal position. So there were a lot of things.
They went away from the run in the second half of that game.
Yeah, they tried to be aggressive. I don't blame them. It's always like like you can fault Pete Carroll for not running at the 1 with Marshawn Lynch, but like in the back of their mind, like you had to be expecting the run. So it was kind of like a a crazy call. Obviously, when it doesn't work, it blows in your face. When it does work, you're genius. So if the team had executed, Dable would have looked great, and they didn't execute, so Dable looked like a schmuck.
They have to give Singletary the ball more than 15 times a game. Got to touch the ball 15 times at least.
No doubt, Burrow was a man amongst boys in CFB, but that's the great point, Ricky. Burrow and Allen are the same age. Allen and Tremaine Edmonds, when they came to this team 2 years ago, were both young boys. They've developed monstrously. They're both physical specimens. Josh Allen could do things that other QBs in the league cannot do. There are 15 to 25-yard intermediate throws across his body, like hash to sideline, that other QBs in the league, about at least 60 to 70% of the QBs in the league cannot make.
Oh, I'll agree with that. And here's the other thing. He was going to be the first pick overall at one point, the week of the draft. Now, I know that doesn't mean it because everything shuffles and moves around. His name was getting thrown around as the first pick in the NFL draft.
Uh-oh.
People are seeing something about someone at that point, Zach. Didn't just end up with Josh Allen. It could have been worse. What if they would have taken the other Josh? What if they would have taken Rosen?
Yeah, Rosen's career has been a nightmare so far. Speaking of nightmares, Mitch Trubisky, he'll be seeing AJ Epinesa in his nightmares after that sack. But yeah, the Josh Rosen experiment has not been a good one so far. He still could be good, but definitely a lot more flashes out of Allen have been shown so far. They're running no huddle, 43 seconds left. Tampa Bay with one timeout. We'll see what happens here. Pretty good pocket for Mitch. Throws it. Is he brought down in bounds? He is, but there's a flag. Brutal.
Was that roughing the quarterback?
Yeah, I think it was roughing the quarterback. Tremaine.
Yeah, back to the quarterback thing there, Zach. I think there's a lot of quarterbacks that go into the league, that if they're not in the right position, could have flourished anywhere else.
Yeah.
Like, what's the guy's name that didn't take and we took EJ Manuel that ended up in Tampa? That's gonna bother me now.
Mike Glennon.
Okay.
Oh, Glennon played great his rookie year. I was thinking we totally should have signed him like his second or third year when Tampa Bay was fed up with him.
Yeah, like if he would have ended up in Buffalo, what would have happened? Ended up with EJ Manuel.
Yeah, there was a lot of speculation. And then with the EJ Manuel pick, because you didn't need to take Glennon until like the third or the fourth round. With the EJ Manuel pick, you could have taken like a defensive, centerpiece or a huge part of the line. Yep.
Could have got a kicker and I would have been happy.
I think EJ Manuel did set the record for passing yards by a rookie, though, if I remember. So I do remember there being a lot of like hype about him entering year 2 similar. So it's similar with Allen because Allen has played like 26 games or something. Like he started like 25, 24, 26, something there. I mean, there's a lot of question marks still. Not any question marks as we go to half here. Bills leading 24-14. Mitch Trubisky having a day, but as you see on the ground, the Bills taking care of business. Enjoy this halftime report brought to you by Code Sox. Follow Code Sox, codes_socks on Twitter and Instagram, and Code Sox, one word, on Facebook. We'll be right back in 45 seconds. Folks, you can see there on the screen the AFC playoff race. Cleveland and Denver filling out the top 3 amongst the Bills. So good start to the Bills season, but yeah, they got to finish a strong second half here. Take care of these Buccaneers and put one in the win column, Dan.
You always got to win your home games. I mean, obviously every game you want to win, but they've got to take care of business at home. saw this last year in reality, not The Sims, where we didn't take care of business at home. That's how you win your division, period. So they have to come out in this second half in this sim, keep their foot on the pedal, keep driving the train. Oh, the train never stops, and the wagons never stop with Josh Allen at the helm.
No doubt. This train never stops. Hopefully this offense never stops. Looks like great protection for Allen on first down, maybe holding. But they're going to sling it outside. So it'll be 1st and 20. Not the end of the world. Maybe in real life you might get a illegal hands to the face or something like that here, but not in the sim.
You're getting 5 calls. That's pretty much all you're getting.
Getting offsetting penalties on the play. 1st and 20 at the 15-yard line. A risky throw by Allen. Almost intercepted.
It was just a turn and throw. He didn't even look. That was a no-look throw.
The old bend and snap from Legally Blonde. Second and 20 coming up at the 15. We are going to go up to the 22-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and 13. Bills need the 35-yard line here for first down, or it's going to be a 3 and out to start this third quarter.
John Dre said not give up on the run in the second half, and he needs to slide more also when he runs. You know what's funny? I talked to his dad when we were in Nashville, and I said to him, can we teach him how to slide? He goes, it's not in his DNA. That's the problem. Believe me, they're yelling at him. He just wants to run someone over.
Yeah, and it's not just that he wants to run someone over, but he also thinks he can make anybody miss. He can, dodge anybody. It's why he ran headfirst into a New England Patriot last year and almost scared the crud out of us for about 20 minutes. Actually, he scared the crud out of us for 2 minutes. Then he got up and he ran to the locker room and everybody was cheering like it was like the greatest thing that ever happened, but then he never came out. It's kind of weird.
Oh, that was more of a protect and serve right there. I mean, that was more of sit down, kid. We got a lot of season ahead of us. Would have loved it if he could have came back into that game. To be frank with you, we would have won that game. I think we would have won it.
I agree. I think he wanted to come back right away. It's exactly like you said. Hey, you're supposed to be our guy for the next couple of years, so don't be doing that. They probably kept him on ice, and then when they did the test later in the week and he still wasn't getting anything, that was when they announced he was good for the Tennessee game.
And that was.
I remember we didn't get that news. We didn't get that news until I think it was like Saturday or afternoon before, like around 3 or 4, and we all got the update from the Bills. Josh Allen expected to start tomorrow. It was just shocking.
It was funny because the day before that's when everybody started sending me pictures from the Bills website of him wearing the Poncho Power socks during practice. So that was kind of cool.
No doubt about it. He used that Poncho Power to get ready for a big road win in week 4.
And stay tuned for the fourth quarter.
Week 5.
Stay tuned. Fourth quarter, we're going to be giving out a pair of Poncho Power socks. If you guess the person who scores the Bills touchdown in the fourth quarter, we'll be getting you out a pair of those Poncho Powers. Asante Samuel Jr., for as little as we know about him, I've been saying his name a lot lately.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's making the impact you would expect from a not first overall, but the Bills first overall pick in the 2021 draft.
He's a bulldozer over there at corner. Went off the edge, blitzing, coverage. He picked up right where Norman left off.
No doubt about it. Picking up that Norman slack. 3rd and 4 coming out. Let's get those hearts up in the chat.
Down pickup.
Tampa Bay staying in this game. Ever since the Bills made it a 21-7 game, they have just not been able to kind of stomp them out of it.
Yeah, they're just hanging around. They're checking, and now they're getting back into the game.
They got the alligator blood. Can't get rid of them.
All your dreams kaput. Stephen Noble, Josh is throwing with the rookies in California. Steve said, going to fly to Florida and throw with Brown and Diggs. that was released, but I'll take your word for it.
That'd be amazing.
Leadership and work ethic are incredible. If he doesn't succeed, he'll be shocked. I agree with you, man. I think they're putting the pieces around him. They have the line. That was last year's project. The line, one weapon, 2 weapons. They got Beasley. They got Brown. They went out and got a bigger threat. It's awesome to see the Bills going back to what it was in the late 80s. We're turning that corner for the 90s in the next 2 years. We're going to see a lot of sleeper cells out there waking up. Sleeper cells, it's a second sack of the day.
I'll tell you what, I know Micah had a big game last week, but the way this defense has been called the last year and a half, it's more likely for a DB to have 2 sacks than 2 picks.
Yeah, just coming off the edge. They're letting it fly. His grill pirouette.
Very efficient so far.
It's the pirouette pile drive whenever they get sacked out of the pirouette, Zach.
Yep, the old PS. Here comes a 4th and 16. They're going to get rid of it. Hopefully not pinned back too deep. Okay, it'll go through the end zone for a touchback.
Toel wants to know if Samuel will be in the Rookie of the Year race. We'll have to have our guys in the booth, out in the truck, actually, I should say, and they keep saying in the booth, in the truck, that up and see where he ranks there. He's got to be up there.
People love their ranks. It's part of the greatness of sports ranking things.
Yeah. Rankings. The NFL.com loves their rankings that come out every week. We'll get upset about it. Do you get upset about rankings?
Only when I think like it's like a top 10 cornerbacks in the league and Trey's not there. Like those are the only ones I get upset about. I don't get upset when people say he's not in the top 3 or whatever. I just don't, because I know that for what my team needs him to do, he does it. It's not like a variable where he stinks. Like he does what my team needs him to do. My team needs him to have a big game. Trey White's gonna have a big game, so I'm not worried what national pundits think of him. But yeah, if it's like a top 10 list and he's just straight out being disrespected, then yeah, I will be upset.
I want someone to change my mind why he wasn't Defensive Player of the Year in the last year. I was.
You know why? I'll tell you why. Because he didn't take back any pick sixes.
Didn't he have more picks?
He had more picks.
He gave up less touchdowns.
Yep.
Because he didn't score an offensive stat. Gave it to Stephon Gilmore.
That's the only thing that's measurable, is that Trey didn't have like that, to the house pick. That's the only thing that makes sense. Obviously, the Patriots did have an all-world defense last year. Like they may have beat the Bills out defense-wise. That could also be another factor. But I think that the thing that kept Trey really in their mind from doing it was the pick six.
If you take Gilmore off of that team, you take Trey off of our team, which one leaving is going to have the bigger impact?
I mean, Trey.
I say Trey. Yeah. There you go. It's the person who's the most valuable to their team at their position. It's the whole defense. I'm sorry. I failed to see that. Touchdowns win all, though, I guess. Allowed to give them up, but I don't know. Doesn't make any sense to me. Hopefully, with the national spotlight being on us, he'll get a little more play. I'll get a little more play.
Second and 8 coming up for the Bills. They're going to run it right. Ooh, Singletary making him miss. Stumbling down to the 8. Wow, it looks originally he stopped well short of the 10-yard line. Instead, his work will bring up 3rd and 1.
Over 100 yards on 17 carries and a touchdown.
Allen pirouettes left. He's going to run for the goal line. He slides at the 2. Okay, you'll take that on 1st and goal. You can't have your guy getting hit, and he's still excited getting up and signaling that 1st down.
Remember the last hit he just took. He didn't want to be on jacked up back-to-back there. Good slide. Josh, if you're watching, please put this in your game. want to see all year. Interested to see how many run pass options they do, and if they put that wrinkle in their game plan a lot more of getting him on his feet. So many different dynamics to that offense coming in this year, man. What's Moss gonna be? What's Knox gonna be? How many tight ends are we going to keep? Who do you cut for receiver? So many questions that need to be answered. Obviously, the biggest question is when can we get back to full normalcy? Once that happens, man, I can't wait. Can't wait to watch this team and what happens with them this year.
Yep, sports going to be absolutely unleashed. Speaking of unleashed, the Tampa Bay defense has stiffened up here, and they might be able to hold the Bills to just a field goal.
What I love, people are commenting in the streams who's going to score. Like, listen, we don't have a giveaway going on right now, but commenting. I love seeing it. Moss again, Moss. Love it. Pull it out like you're sitting with your buddies. I think this is going to be Beasley right here.
Touchdown, Buffalo!
The Bills make me wanna shout. Kick your heels up and shout. Throw your hands up and shout. Throw your head back and shout. Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout. Yeah, 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 yeah. Say you will. Shout it right now, baby. Say you will. Come on, come on. Say you will. Come
Oh,
on
booth
and
review.
shout. Yeah. Buffalo's happening
He got
now.
those feet down.
The moon now. The Bills are happening now.
Yeah, he got him.
Making it happen now. We got the spirit, a lot of spirit, yeah. We got the spirit. Just watch it happen now. Hey, 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 hey. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. The Bills make me wanna shout.
Luckily, our guy Super Mexican isn't going to be upset by that ruling. They call it a touchdown, and the Bills lead by 17 here late in the third quarter.
Yeah, Jason Toel, those toes were tapping. Tippy tap, touchdown, 31-14, full over Tampa Bay.
We had somebody asking about Asante Samuel, Rookie of the Year race. They don't release that till week 9, but we will keep an eye on it, folks. Obviously, always interested in these developing storylines in the NFQL.
But there's going to be a storyline in the beginning of the fourth quarter when we get the ball. Minute 33 away, guys, so stay tuned. We're going to have another sock drive for the Poncho Power socks. Stay tuned and get ready to choose the next touchdown scorer of the Buffalo Bills.
That's a good question, but Dot says you can't keep 3 QBs, can you? I am of the mindset that they are going to keep 3 this year, and that in my mind, and I don't mean to say this, it's a business, unfortunately, when I do say this. I think they're grooming Fromm to be the long-term backup.
I think so too, but I think you might see 2 years of that.
Okay, I can see it too. And I think that you need to prioritize that position. You cannot have one of the QBs go down and then a QB, your backup's in, and you don't have another quarterback you can put in who has time with the system. As much as I like the idea, like you really can't do that unless you have a super stud franchise guy that you have like 30 million invested in.
The question becomes, do you trade Matt Barkley? That's the big underlying question. Something happens every year, right? Quarterback goes down, something happens in preseason. Somebody offers for Matt Barkley. What do you do?
Well, it depends what they're offering. If they're offering a 6th, I say no. If they're offering like a 4th or something, like, where the value is there, and obviously that would be a lot for Matt Barkley. I mean, he's only had a couple games or a couple of games of action in the last couple of years. But yeah, you're right. Stuff happens sometimes. And then before you know it, certain QBs are playing. You even know nobody knew who Duck Hodges was last year until all of a sudden he's the starting QB for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Minshew,
So with
the
that,
same thing.
Yeah, Minshew mania. It was the guy wasn't known. All of a sudden, you're in the limelight because it's a quarterback position. You're absolutely right. I think, but that's where I'm at on it, Dan. Sixth, no. Fourth, yes. Fifth, I don't know. What about you?
I would say you keep him around. I think he's good for Josh's progression. Because you got to remember, there's two sides of progression. There's on the field that everyone sees. Then there's the professional. You have to learn how to become a professional when you come into this league. There's 4 different sides of it. You're doing marketing, you're doing stuff for the team, you're doing stuff in the community, and you're playing football. It's not college anymore. Put the big boy pants on. Some of these guys, when they come in, have to learn how to become professional. And a guy like Barkley is good for Josh Allen. He's seen the defenses. He can help him in the film room. I'm interested to see what happens with Ken Dorsey going forward.
And sometimes he dresses like the Road Warriors. So, I mean, you got that going for him, too.
It's good for the locker room, man.
It is good. No, he's great for the room, quote unquote, is what they always talk about. But yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what happens. I think that the biggest blemish on McDermott and Bean's record to me is when they had Allen in 2018, and the only other QBs they had around were McCarron or Peterman. They had no starting experience between them. They didn't have any veteran experience. So I think they learned quickly from that. By the way, speaking of learning quickly, Micah Hyde with his 6th pick in the last 2 weeks, a big pick to nullify this Bucks drive, and the Bills will take over at the 20-yard line.
If I called him right now and said, hey, Micah, you're going to have 6 interceptions in 2 games, you would laugh in my face. That's a big 2 days of production for Micah, keeping the Bills ahead in this sim, getting us to our sock drive. Poncho Power coming to your house. Let's see it, guys, in the chat. The Buffalo Bill, who's going to score the touchdown on this drive, the Poncho Power socks.
Josh Allen completing 84% of his passes. John Gracchi follows your vibe or your message, Dan. Barkley is huge for the vibe too. Remember him in Pittsburgh last year? He was so hyped up. I remember him with that parka. The terrible parka was waving courtesy of Barkley.
I really hope that going into the fourth quarter of that Pittsburgh game that we're up by like 20, 21, they put that song on, everybody starts going ballistic. I think that would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be pretty ideal. No doubt about it. Bills looking to stay hot early on in this sim.
Uh-oh.
Zach Moss to the left. He's got all kinds of room. He's going to be inside down to the 30-yard line. Look at that stat line for Zach Moss. 4 rushes, 51 yards. If they could use him efficiently and sparingly like they were able to use Devin Singletary for a lot of last year, he could have a big impact early.
I'll tell you, they just have to give him the ball a lot more than they gave the ball to Singletary behind Gore last. Key to Allen is making sure that we're moving the ball on the ground. Opens up the outsides of the field. It opens up some running room for Josh when things break down. The running game is obviously so important to any team. We abandoned it last year. Abandoned the run on too many games that we could have won.
Yeah, you're right. There was abandonment of the game plan sometimes, which ended up costing the Bills. So we'll see if they can rebound from that this year. See if they continue to grow as a unit. Thank goodness we don't have Rick Dennison calling our offense anymore, though. That's all I could say.
Yeah, we've had some doozies. You know, it's funny. I see these games on ESPN. They had the opening day one on the other day. I don't know if you caught that against Randy Moss and Brady.
Yep,
Monday night.
09, yep.
Basically, that game and the Dallas game, I just watched it all the way till 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter and turned it off and walked away.
Yep, that's being a Bills fan, pretty much.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Putting up with that heartbreak.
Jason Toel, you already know, baby. Deion Dawkins for the TD. It could happen. LOL. Love it.
If Deion gets a TD, I'll send you his jersey. It's up, and it's good, courtesy of Tyler Bass. He gives the Bills a 34-14 lead.
no sock giveaway today, but you know what? We'll run it back if the Bills get it. I wanna commemorate our friend and our beloved Pancho Villa super fan Ezra Castra. Want to give those away today in his memory. So we're gonna run that over to the next drive. And the over bell has rung.
The over bell has rung. It took a little while. Finally, it got there for those overbetters. You know, sometimes that happens. It gets out early, and then you almost get a little bit of a scare thinking it might not happen. But we are rolling, folks, and so are these Bills. Week 4 of the 2021 sim, brought to you by Gratwick Gaming, Trainwreck Sports, Code Sox, all teaming up here for the broadcast. 30-yard line for these Buccaneers. And don't forget, folks, our first Gratwick game night will be Saturday, May 23rd at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It will be an escape room. If you want to join, party dive into the Gratwick Discord server at discord.me/Gratwick and tell them that Maniac sent you. Again, that Discord server, discord.me/Gratwick. Check it out for future fun. Again, that's next Saturday, May 23rd at 6 p.m., Dan.
Sounds like a great time. I have to join that too.
And of course, you can check codesox.com, codes_socks on Twitter and Instagram, Code Socks, one word on Facebook. All kinds of awesome stuff, new designs, socks, signed socks, stuff to buy. It's all kinds of awesome stuff on there, so make sure you check it out. Trainwreck Sports tomorrow, we'll have the WGR 550 Seinfeld Draft preview show coming out at noon, as well as a new episode of Burrs on the Rocks. He'll be checking out a Crown Royal Peach, it looks like. Let's see, Crown Royal Peach or something. So, Crown Royal Peach. Okay, we're in. Let's see what he thinks of that tasty number as the Bucks look to devour some garbage time fantasy stats.
And for those of you who don't know, we have other things brewing for the upcoming seasons. So anyone has anything they want to promote, if you have a business, especially if you're a local business, or anything you want to promote, get in contact with Gratwick Gaming or Gratwick Productions on any of the platforms, and we'll talk to you about it. We're here to help out small businesses as well.
You'd be positively silly not to do it, folks. Make sure you're checking out all things Gratwick, all things Code Sox. Asante Samuel Jr., another tackle for a loss.
Next, so you guys have the bracket going on. Where are we at with the brackets right now?
Right now in the Buffalo bracket, we're in the final 4. It's down to Bills home opener versus Ted's Hot Dogs. And on the other side of the bracket, it's Summertime Weather versus Wegmans. So 2 huge entities against 2 local food operations.
Who did Wegmans beat?
Wegmans has been on a nice run. They were a 2 seed. Let me pull it up for you here. Let's see.
Oh, there's a touchdown.
Speaking of pulling it up for you here, it is insane. Sorry, I was reading a note from our producer. 34-20. Bills are going on. Let me see. Let's pull this up and see who they've beaten. I know they beat Chiavetta's last round. I think it was the Elite 8.
Oh, that was the one I couldn't choose on. That's when I said, please don't make us choose.
Yes, that was a tough one. I was a little bit surprised that Wegmans ran away with that.
Beef on Weck lose to?
Beef on Weck finally got dropped by Ted's, I believe.
See, my Anderson's heritage won't let that be. I'm personally upset about that.
I understand that. That resonates with me.
A shout out to the local places still going and going strong. I know there's a lot of people out there, to our workers, to our servicemen and women all across the country. There's a lot going on in the world right now. We're happy to bring you these sims. We're happy to bring some, even through a virtual Madden world, to everybody out there. We love having you and hope you guys are going to come back. Tomorrow's game will be a good one. And guys, again, this is for the Poncho Socks. We have the Socks drive going on right now. Go ahead and comment in the comments who's going to score. And next to it, put a hyphen. Put a PP for Poncho Power.
Poncho Power has us fueling this stream right now. Let's go. So just to break down Wegmans' quick run through the stream, first round was a 215. They took down Albright Art Knox, or the Albright Knox Art Gallery. Sorry. Second round they went up against Lloyd Taco. That was in the round of 32. Sweet 16 they went up against Chivettas. That was when you were saying this tough matchup, and then they went up against the 1 seed in this bracket before the Final Four. Lack of Traffic.
Ooh. Beat Lack of Traffic?
Yep, beat Lack of Traffic. And a lot of people saying Buffalo has traffic. Have you ever been to like the Blue Water Tower or something? When you go to other areas, you realize that Buffalo's traffic is minuscule at best.
Come to I-4 on any day of the week. Talk to me. That's all I have to say.
No doubt, no doubt. Summertime Weather, on the meantime, they took down the 16 seed Bills games at Rec Room. So we may have overseeded Bills games at Rec Room. That's fair. We're biased. Buffalo Zoo. They took down the Buffalo Zoo. Then the Sweet 16 round, this is when things got serious. Down goes Barbill Tavern in the Sweet 16 round versus Summertime Weather. And then Summertime Weather takes down Local Breweries in the Elite Eight. So I thought Local Breweries, I had them in my Final Four, so I was shocked. But I also had Chicken Wings making the finals, and Chicken Wings lost in the Elite Eight to Bill's home opener. That was a revenge match for Bill's home opener, by the way. Last year, Bill's home opener lost in the Final Four to Chicken Wings.
So what are the seeds remaining then? So is the Summertime
the seeds remaining
the one, right?
for the Final Four, you have a 2, which out of the North Towns region, the 2 is the Bills home opener. Out of the Niagara Frontier region, 5 in Ted's Hot Dogs. Ted's Hot Dogs beat Cost of Living last round, which was the 1 seed.
Yeah.
Summertime Weather beat Local Breweries. Summertime Weather's a 1 seed out of the South Towns. And Southern Tier region, Wegmans is a 2 seed. So you got Wegmans at a 2.
Sorry, I gotta cut you off.
Yeah, sorry.
Seven interceptions in 2 games. Micah Hyde is a monster. Ow. Sorry, Zach.
No, hey, I'm more than happy to get interrupted by a Micah Hyde interception. We're gonna have to cut all those together for a montage these last 2 games and send it his way.
Oh yeah, we can make that happen.
That's a hell of a play on the ball. When him and Jordan are doing those tennis ball workouts in the training camp, that's what they're playing for right there.
All right, so what was the other side now? You said Wegmans was the
So here, I'll give you the quick rundown. North Towns is a 2 seed in Bill's home opener for the Final Four. Niagara Frontier is a 5 seed with Ted's. South Towns is a 1 seed with Summertime Weather, and then Southern Tier is a 2 seed in Wegmans. So you got Wegmans, Summertime Weather, Ted's Hot Dogs, and Bill's home opener for our Final Four.
We're gonna see a Bills home opener versus Summertime Weather final. I think I don't know how you can go against the Summertime Weather because there is nothing like that weather.
I agree 100%. I think that Bills and Buffalo people make good weather count. With that said, I will say that right now is not a good advertisement for Summertime Weather, and the fact that it's about a month away.
True. I just
So right now, Bills home openers got 83% of the vote, and then right now, Summertime Weather holding a narrow advantage over Wegmans, 52-48. A lot of time left though, 2 days plus left in both those matchups.
that's tough, man. Summertime Weather and Wegmans, because you're talking about people's stomach. Like Wegmans, people love Wegmans. I miss Wegmans. I would love there to be a Wegmans.
Yeah, it's a tough situation. You know what? To be honest, all 4 things in the Final Four could kind of overlap. You could go to Ted's after a Bills game. You can go to Ted's before a Bills game. You go to Ted's during a Bills game if it's an away game. You could have Summertime Weather kind of vibing into the Bills home opener because those are some of the hottest games. That's why the hottest game you'll have all season for most of the seasons. And then for the, what was the last one? Wegmans. Wegmans before a Bills home opener is like tradition.
Yeah.
So we'll see. McDermott trying to run up the score. Tyler Bass coming on for this 54-yard field goal. Puts the boot into it. It's up and no good. So McDermott might pay for that one. Tampa Bay will have a shot down 13 with just about 100 seconds left.
I'm good with that, though. You run the kid out there. You make it like a game situation. Here you go. We're up. This is a good time to see what you can do in a clutch, in a pressure sort of situation.
True, true.
He had a decent day. Get there 29 to 36, over 300 yards, touchdowns. Obviously, the interceptions are hurting him. It's a decent day, though. Everybody's calling for out of Allen. Everybody wants to see Allen over 300. Allen over 300. 300 could get you an L.
Hey, you know what people want to see right now is they want to see that 8th pick.
23 with that star underneath him. Does that mean you're on fire? Is that like the NBA Jam? He's on fire?
It's got to be some type of equivalent, no doubt about it. Just don't throw in his direction. Oh, no. Open? Oh, that tackle was terrible for, like, keeping him in bounds.
Look at this.
Quick hitter, touchdown Tampa Bay, and don't go anywhere, folks. This game is not over.
Yeah, they're not shoving off yet. They're not leaving the port of Lake Erie to try and get back down to Tampa yet. Got a game still.
We have got a game indeed. Don't go anywhere, folks.
I'm really interested to see what Tampa's going to do this year. Bring it back to reality. They have so many weapons on that offense. If they can keep Brady upright, that team can be scary.
Oh, no doubt about it. It could be crazy what they can accomplish if Brady can bring an efficiency of that offense. Like we saw last year, Jameis had 30-plus touchdowns. If Brady has 8 to 12 interceptions versus the 30, that's a monster improvement that Arians and co can build off of.
But yeah, that defense didn't have a choice.
The MVP in this game, it would be tough to say. Dan, who are you thinking? I mean, Micah Hyde with the 2 picks almost makes an argument since there weren't a bunch of huge standout performances.
I think you've got to give it to Singletary for controlling the game. He went over 100 yards, controlled the run. I mean, you can give it to anybody on the offense. Honest with you, you can give it to the line. Everybody was involved in the receiving game, but Singletary would be mine.
Who just recovered that? I saw they did recover it, but let's give them the MVP. Making B's daddy making the biggest play of the game. They're gonna go to victory formation, the best formation in the game, Dan.
Oh yeah, bring it into next week. If we can get the schedule popped up there, who we got tomorrow, as we
By the
have
way, Bills narrowly cover that spread, gonna win by 6.
tomorrow, New England. Oh, we got New England with Ernie Green. Ernie Green of the writer for the Tonawanda News. He's actually a stand-up comedian. We'll be having him on here tomorrow with us. Should be a funny afternoon with the two of you.
Oh, it'll be something. We'll have to see who has to get a court-ordered restriction or whatever first. Once we start using each other's humor. With that said, the Bills are going to take care of business. They're going to win this one 34-28. And folks, don't forget, all kinds of awesome action coming up. Join our Discord community, discord.me/Gratwick to join that. All kinds of awesome action. Our first Gratwick game night will be next Saturday, May 23rd. And don't forget about our Rocket League 2v2 competition as well. You can register for all this, find out more information at the Discord channel. Discord community, discord.me/Gratwick. So check that out there to follow. As always, check out everything, all Code Socks, codes_socks on Twitter, Instagram, Code Socks, one word on Facebook. Dan, any shout outs you got going on?
I want to give a shout out to Ronnie and everyone. We're thinking of you guys. We're remembering our beloved Pancho Bila. Shout out to all the fans for watching. Guys, we'll be back tomorrow. Shout out to you, Trainwreck, Sports, and Zach, everything you guys do. And the guys out in the truck, Chris and Andrea, for all they do for us.
Huge shout out to our production team at Gratwick, Chris and Andrea. Huge shout out to my co-host, Dan Gambino. We are rocking. We are rolling, folks. Stay tuned. This Bills team, it's 20-21, and they are hot. Asante Samuel Jr. making plays. You got them leading across the board. Stay tuned for all the action coming forward, whether it's Madden Sims or Gratwick Game Night. Make sure you're following again, Gratwick Gaming Discord, discord.me/Gratwick. For myself, Chris, Andrea, Dan, we are signing off. You know that when it's Trainwreck Sports, Code Sox, Gratwick Gaming, this action, this fun, these game nights, and this train never stops.